A report based on a joint WHO-China study suggests COVID-19 most likely came about after being passed from an unknown animal to humans. The report also says the virus being leaked from a lab in Wuhan is an extremely unlikely scenario. However, the report says it's unclear what host passed the virus on to humans.
We're also conducting a large number of surveys on animals, different type of animals, wild animals, animals from zoos, animals from farms, domestic animals, etc. Dozens of thousands of animals were tested and all negative. So again, showing the difficulty of picking up a particular species as a potential intermediary host.
Two other scenarios, that the virus was passed directly from an animal or that it was spread via frozen food, have been found to lie between the animal passing or lab leak extremes. Professor Yang Yungui, the Chinese head of the Joint Team's molecular tracing group, said there are no answers to questions such as when and where the virus broke the species boundary.
没有明确科学结论的病毒溯源研究，实际上一点也不奇怪。
An origin tracing study without clear scientific conclusions is actually not surprising at all. It just reproduces the similar problems encountered in the origin tracing of other major infectious diseases caused by viruses in the past, which illustrates the complexity and long-term nature of such study. Virus origins tracing is essentially a scientific issue, and the Joint Expert Group carried out the work on the basis of science.
The report also says the role of the Huanan seafood wholesale market in the virus spread remains unclear, as how the virus reached the market hasn't been determined yet. The report comes after the WHO-China joint team carried out a 4-week study in Wuhan in January and February. They visited hospitals, markets, and labs, talking to staff, vendors, and medical workers. But experts say other countries should also carry out origins tracing studies.
我们联合专家组也达成了楼下共识。
The Joint Expert Group has reached the consensus that further follow-up studies should be conducted on analysis of suspected cases of the new coronavirus in patient and environmental samples from around the world reported before the end of January 2020. We recognize that it is necessary to understand the origins of the virus, which is key to better avoiding similar epidemics in the future.
Experts are calling for origins tracing efforts to involve more countries and regions, not just in China, but around the world. Besides, identifying the origins of the virus is a complicated scientific issue to be carried out by experts, rather than something to be disrupted or politicized. CGTN, Beijing.